Hey, guess what time it is? It's 7 o'clock on the PM dial, East Coast time. I'd like to welcome everybody to the Fighter Share Report. My name is Brew. Listen, I got my tap out shirt on, throwback. Hey, it was a fight weekend, bro. Brothers and sisters, it was a fight weekend. So we're going to talk about that today on the Fighter Share Report. It was a great weekend for fights, for real. I'd like to say hello to all the Fighter Share Nation out there. East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, Central, South, dirty South, dirty. Y'all really hear me? Oh, North, Northeast. Shout out to all my peeps. West Coast as well. Look, we're here as one family, one fight junkie family. We love the combat sports. We're going to cover 3 of them today. Well, sort of. We're going to cover boxing, MMA, and women's boxing. 3 different events. It was just, the weekend was covered. Weekend was covered with fights. So hope y'all enjoy. We're going to get into this thing, get it crack-a-lacking like we are supposed to. OMG, for those of you who don't know, that is on my grind. Who was on that grind? Who was on that grind this weekend? First up, we have Showtime Shawn Porter outlast Mr. Formella. Look, Formella came to fight. It was a great fight. He brought the lumber. But I just think he may have been a little too young. And then Showtime Shawn Porter really came with it. He came and displayed why he is world class, world champ. Showtime Shawn Porter was on it, baby. He was on it.
I agree.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to some a very classy individual. He keeps CPT and keeps me grounded. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Badger. What's going on, Badger?
Man, thank you for the illustrious, very accurate, and somewhat condescending introduction. I definitely appreciate it. Um, but yeah, no, just I kind of jumped in right while you were talking about Sean Porter. Uh, I'm pretty sure you made this point, but I'm going to probably piggyback off what I'm pretty sure you probably talked about. Sean Porter's always in extremely great shape. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, this man came out of the pandemic as if he never left. And
Yeah.
it's just a testament to the hard work that was instilled in him, by his father. But it also speaks a lot about Coach Larry Wade's strength and conditioning development. Sean Porter and Caleb Plant, 2 guys that are always in dog shape, always ready to fight. Badu Jack, another one. I was impressed. Him being in that kind of physical peak condition just impressed me.
Listen, Shawn Porter is built like a world class wrestler. When you look at him, he's built like a world class wrestler or a bodybuilder. He's always in impeccable shape. There's no wiggle on him anywhere. Just phenomenal shape, and that's why he's able to fight the way he is.
Yes.
And he got a chance to rough Formella up a little bit, but Formella didn't back down.
Yeah, I was impressed with his counter punching ability, which I think is more apropos to the fighter that he is. But tremendous grit, tremendous physical condition
Mm-hmm.
because he had to be on his bike that whole fight, and he pretty much was. And he continued to box throughout the night. Was never really physically deterred at any point. Hurt, sure, but did it ever take any of the fight out of him? No. I was impressed by Foreman. If there's a such thing as being finding a moral or silver lining in defeat, a pretty one-sided defeat at that. But I thought for what it was worth, he had a good showing of himself.
Listen, Formella has nothing to hang his head on because that dude didn't really back up. He wasn't on his bicycle a lot. I mean, he kept, even when he came forward, I mean, Porter was circling around and tagging him, but Formella did not stop punching. He kept coming. I think if it was anybody else other than Shawn Porter at this point in where we are in this stage in life, I think he would have had a much better performance as far as you would have seen the wear and tear. Porter looked like he looked the same coming out of the fight as he did going in. But that's just, like you said, a testament to his diet, to his work habits, to his conditioning, and just to his toughness, man. So I shout out to Showtime Shawn Porter. They kept trying to say it was for a WBC silver championship and then an interim. It's like the announcers didn't know what the fight was for.
Eh, no surprise there. Maybe everybody's a little rusty. I
And
don't
then
know.
it said IBF world title shot fight on the logo. I'm like, well, there on the lower third it said
Yeah.
IBF world, but there wasn't a belt handed at the end. So I'm like,
Nah.
okay. Listen, it was a good fight.
The
I
power of words, man. That's all I can say.
huh.
Because I don't even understand any of that. Any of that even comes into play. Like this, and this whole thing seemed like it just started recently. Maybe we haven't been paying much attention to it, but it really just really started, just rearing its head in these last few years. To me, I feel like anyway.
Yeah, I give it to you. Look, OMG number 2. This was good. This was good. Frankie Edgar still has the answer for Pedro Munoz. Did you catch any of this fight, bro?
I did catch it. Unfortunately, I only caught the last 3 rounds. I caught them right as they were coming out of round 2, going to the stool. To me, I thought Moonhouse had some. I thought he had the more impressive moments. To me, I don't know maybe what I may have missed, but those last 3 rounds I thought were very, very close.
Listen, Edgar took the first round. He took the first round clearly. Um, and I'm gonna say at least half, if not 2/3 of the second round, just with his boxing, he was able to absorb the front leg kicks. Um, he was able to absorb one or two big shots per the first 2 rounds for Munoz. But his boxing, it just even though Munoz has the better boxer stance, Edgar had the quicker hands. And at the end of the fight, I couldn't say Edgar won it. I can't argue with the decision, but it looked like it could go either way.
Yeah, I missed pretty much all of what you had to say. I don't know if it was a system issue or what, but you completely froze on my end. Um, but yeah, watching the fight, man, to me, and like I said, I missed the first 2 rounds. Frankie Edgar, like he wore the rest of the fight to me.
Yeah, it's a system issue because you're frozen with me right now. I can hear you though.
Oh, okay, wow, yeah,
Um, yeah, no, Edgar just had quicker hands in the first 2 rounds. He doled out most of the punishment in the first 2 rounds.
okay,
Um, Munoz got a few big bombs, big shots in. His jab was nice,
hmm,
but Edgar was just ahead on the volume of punches and the volume of punches landed.
got you. Okay,
But again, at the end of the fight, I would not have been disappointed, or I wouldn't have thought it was robbery if Munoz's hand was raised.
got you. Okay,
It was
that's
a
and
good
that's
fight.
kind of and that's kind of what I saw without seeing the first 2 rounds. So okay,
Yeah, it was a very good fight, man. It was, and I was I don't know. I was just impressed that Edgar was able to drop down to 135 and still keep the quick, the power and the quickness. Edgar's not new. He's been around since 2007.
yeah, I lost you again, partner. But I just heard you say that Edgar's been around since 2007.
Yeah, he's not new. And when he was able to drop down to 135,
Oh yeah,
and,
he's been a pioneer of the sport. Yes.
yeah, I mean, and he kept his power and his quickness. Because he's been like 2 or 3 weight classes over.
3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
3. So
Mhm.
and held titles. So
Yeah,
it's
in all
like,
3 weight classes. Yep.
yeah. And now he comes down, he fights the number 1 ranked guy at 135 and gets the decision. It was a split decision, but he
Right.
got the decision. So if you beat number 1, do you move to number 1?
And it's not a winner take all system, so I don't see it that way. But hey,
Kind
you
of up
gotta
to
give
Dana
you
White.
gotta give him something. Yeah, you gotta give
Yeah.
him something.
And he's got the name. He's a draw.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Frankie, like I said, he's been a pioneer of the sport. He's been in there a long time.
I could tell you what I missed, and I was like, oh, did I miss the fight? I was looking for, I was ready to tune in to see Angie Overkill Hill.
Okay.
And then I saw this morning she posted that the fight got delayed for 3 weeks. I think September 12th, something like that. It's gonna pop off.
Okay.
She didn't give the reason why, but she made it sound like her opponent was running from them punches.
Really?
So that's what she said on Instagram. It was something similar to that. So
Oh,
it'll be
wow.
interesting to see what actually happens because Angela not afraid to talk trash.
No, not at all. And she's doing a very good job with her social media. So yeah, I can see all that
Yeah.
playing out. Yep.
Yes, but we want to tell you, we still want that interview, and you still looking good on them social media posts, Angie.
Yeah,
Saying
it's called shooting your shot. Well, you don't really have one. Why not?
I have one, but I shoot it towards my wife because that's who deserves it at this point in my life.
Which
Because I'm
means
committed,
right, which means you don't
right?
have
I
a
have
shot.
one,
You're not aiming for
but
anything.
I reserve it for the one who deserves it. I'm just not out there shooting it all willy nilly. Like,
That was an awkward time for a freeze, by the way. I don't know what you're saying, but that was apropos. That was probably right on time. Yeah.
watch out, ladies, because he's got a Gatling gun. All right, let's go to.
I'm glad you froze my end because I don't know what you were saying, but okay, cool. Gatling
I
gun.
said, watch
I
out,
got you.
ladies, because he's got a Gatling
Yeah,
gun.
I heard that. Yeah,
Oh,
nah,
okay.
it's blanks, all blanks.
Whoo! Let me move on before we get pulled off. Cause a comment popped in my. All right. Look, the third OMG,
Oh yeah, yep, yep,
Katie
yep.
Taylor escapes
Yeah,
with all of her gold. Oh, I should have said gold.
yeah.
All her lightweight gold versus Delphine Persoon. Bro, I watched this fight.
Barn burner.
Their arms should be in slings this morning.
That's what I heard. I heard. I actually missed it, but I read up on it, and I heard. I heard just. I heard it was one for the books. It was one for the books.
Delphine unfortunately led with her face, but she did not
Oh,
stop
you froze
punching
again,
and
bro.
throwing elbows and shoulders. It was beautiful. I honestly thought she won the fight. I honestly thought she got Katie Taylor. But, hey,
Still frozen, bro. All
I
right,
can't
you
wait.
know.
I can't wait to watch the playback to see if we're frozen on the playback. Because like when
Yeah,
I'm frozen, I see you.
yeah. When you're frozen, I see you, but you're not moving, and I don't hear anything.
Well, now you're not moving. This is crazy. Okay, we're just gonna push through it. Yeah, man. I thought Delphine Persoon, the Belgian, won the fight over the Irish Katie Taylor.
Right, and that's what social media was also saying. A lot of people were saying they felt like they gave it to Katie Taylor because of her popularity, not because she won the fight.
Right.
And they need to keep that name and that record pristine so they can try to get the super fight with Clarissa Shields or Alicia Baumgartner or Michaela Mayer or any of the other girls on this side that want all the smoke with her. So I don't know, man.
She lost that fight, clearly. I mean,
And I heard the first one was just as competitive.
yeah, and it was at Madison Square Gardens.
Right.
And she got a decision, and that's how because Delphine had the WBC then. And she took her WBC title in Madison Square Gardens on the decision. And they said that this one was supposedly just as good. But Katie's got all them titles. She got WBC, WBO, IBF, was it WBA?
You were frozen, but what are you talking about? The belts that she had?
Yeah, she's got. I mean, she even has the Ring Magazine belt.
Yeah, yeah.
She got everyone out there at lightweight.
Yeah, she's strapped.
So, but she should have lost them all last night because Delphine Persoon put it on her, bro. Put it on her. But hey,
I'm mad I missed that, man.
It is what it is. What a TI is. So I can't be mad at the judges, because I usually am. But you work through it, bro. You work through it. You work through it. But yeah, I agree with social media on this one. Trying to keep that super fight available, but she better come in better than that, because
oh yeah, well that much is very clear. I don't know if you mentioned this already, but it's not shout out worthy, but it is worthy on this program. You started a trend, my friend. So after you talked up the OMF belt, Oscar said he's getting back in the ring. Look for him to come back soon. He'll start sparring in a couple of weeks. What's up with that?
Listen, that OMF belt is gonna travel. We're gonna have to put divisions on it. Cause listen, Oscar, sit down. Just sit down, bro. As my partner said on the beatdown one night, sit down and treat your nose. Just sit down. Just because it's just, I don't see who you're going to fight.
And then Dana White, who looks for any opportunity to pounce on anybody that's not from his group, comes out and says, well, cocaine is pretty expensive. I mean, damn. Could it have been a more disrespectful jab? Like, if I could jab, that was a back kick. Like, I'm a switch back kick your ass
No
and
one.
put you out.
Say it like it really was. That was a pimp slap. That was a straight disrespectful. I'm gonna take the taste out your mouth so you know where I'm coming from. Ah, Dana. All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Bro. Oh, and he gets away with it, bro.
You frozen, bro.
Oh.
Wow, that was crazy. You're gone for like 10 seconds.
He gets away with it. Dana gets away with it because he's winning.
Yeah, yeah. That surprised me. Like that was I mean, they're pretty much fighting words if you ask me. Like if I'm Oscar, whenever I see Dana, I mean I'm dumping off on him on sight. And look, y'all can say I stole him. You can say I club punched him, whatever you want to say. If I'm anywhere in his vicinity, it's his job to know where I am at all times. He just put the GPS light on. It is his responsibility to not know where I am at all times. Because whenever I see him, it's a problem. And I feel like that's fair.
You going to jail?
I feel like that's fair.
Oh, that's funny though. He said cocaine is very expensive. That is hilarious, bro.
Yeah.
I gotta give it to Dana on that one.
Yeah, that was kind of necessary but clever at the same time.
Hilarious. Listen, family. Instagram is giving me a issue, and I know we don't always put stuff out there, but I had couldn't have been me lined up, and Instagram is telling me I have to use the most recent app, which I have the most recent app, but it's not letting me pull or show what I had set up for this show. So, since we still want to give you your money's worth, I'm throwing it to the Badger to say, hey, any hot topics that are up you want to discuss for the next 3 minutes?
Oh, I kind of did it inadvertently when I brought Oscar up. I didn't know that we had lost our CBM segment due to some platform issues. But yeah, no, I just thought that was very interesting that he said that, and then for Dana White to just be so upbeat with it. You know, do you know who Dana White was reminding me of? It kind of reminded me of 50 a little bit. Like he turned into Captain Petty. Like he's just kind of sitting back and just sitting back from his person, just messing with people. That's kind of the vibe I get from him right now.
Well, the funny thing is, I don't think he turned into Captain Petty. ESPN and social media are just giving him a much bigger platform. Because you listen to people talk about him through the years, Dana's the same PMF that he's always been. We just didn't have to hear him. Only time you saw him was on the what's that show? The Ultimate Fighter. Or in press conferences. Am I still frozen?
No, I hear you.
Okay.
So you're saying as he becomes more of a personality, he's just leaning into more who he already is.
Yeah. Nothing special. Nothing special. That's why Tito Ortiz wanted to fight him.
Well, he's definitely putting it out there now in the world. And I mean, unless he can do that shit he's making money off of, he's gonna have a problem with Oscar. Because the problem is Oscar do that shit. Do other stuff. He do other stuff too, but he do that shit, and he's really good at it. So you know, and listen, he ain't too old to be able to put somebody out. He ain't too old to beat 90% of other men walking the earth. So
true.
Yeah. And Dana might be one of them dudes. So he might need to kind of chill out with that kind of stuff, man.
But
you know what to do it with. Because like I said, it could have been somebody like me. You know, I already told you how I'm handling it. So
I hear you. But fortunately for Dana, because of COVID, you ain't going to fly to Las Vegas. And I don't see you driving all the way out there just to steal him.
What was that?
I said, fortunately because of COVID, I don't see you flying to Las Vegas, and I don't see you driving all the way out there just to steal him. So, plus you got to get to Dana White. Oscar might have a better shot at it, but I don't see Dana really being too afraid. You know.
All right.
Just saying.
Listen, as I explained to one of the fighters that I'm working with now,
right?
I said, make no misunderstandings. Don't confuse willingness with ability.
Okay, so you have the ability to challenge. Wait. You have the ability to challenge Amanda Nunes, but you don't have the will to do
it.
it. Is that what I'm getting?
Listen, man. All I'm saying is, I want no smoke with Amanda Nunes on any level. That's all I'm saying. I feel
But you'll
like as a
take Mike Tyson
responsible
on.
adult, I can say that.
But you'll take Mike
And I'm
Tyson
comfortable
on.
in my own skin with saying it, by the way. I'm not ashamed to admit that.
But you'll take on Mike Tyson.
You laughing too hard. That's why you froze up.
No, I'm saying, but you'll take on Mike Tyson.
Let's get Mike on the mats.
Oh,
We
that's
can
right.
have
You'll take him. You'll take him with Brazilian jiu-jitsu, but
let's get
not
him.
right.
I'm just saying, man.
He can't use his hands.
I'm just saying. But no, but just because somebody will fight don't mean they can. That's just my only point. Like I don't know if Dana's skilled. We know Oscar's skilled on a much higher level. So,
Right.
just because he's willing to scrap doesn't mean he knows how to scrap. Especially when you're scrapping with someone that knows how to scrap.
Right.
That's a problem.
It's amazing you say that because I remember Fat Joe talking about, Fat Joe was the one that challenged 50 Cent to a boxing match in an alley. He said, you just come down here and we'll box. And 50 didn't even respond. But Fat Joe made a comment about Roy Jones Jr. And when he ran into Roy Jones Jr., first thing Fat Joe wanted to do was grab his hands and say, let's talk about this. Because Fat Joe said, I can fight, but I'm not the heavyweight champion of the world. I don't do this for a living.
Hey, Miss Darlene, we appreciate you plugging in there. Hey, look, I'm just saying, you can't say stuff like that to me like that. What said entertainer said on Kings of Comedy? He was like the president talking about. He said, "Oh, you just gonna ask about it in front of my wife, dog? Like you just gonna ask her in front of everybody? Like you can't do us like that. And when you do, you got to respond in an appropriate fashion, and that would be appropriate. That's all."
Oh, hey, Pops. Hey, Miss Darlene. Listen, I really hope Dana says something about the Badger because we need that publicity.
Listen here, man.
We need that publicity. We need ESPN to say, local internet personality, George Jacks Dana White coming out the elevator. That's what we need.
And they're going to be like, dang, he was bigger than him. He didn't have to do him like that. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He deserved everything he got. Every bit of it, he deserved it.
I'm loving it. We have to get this. We're going to have to make this happen.
Your reaction is priceless because you're frozen, but I can see you laughing.
We got to make this happen. We got to make it happen. Oh, my goodness, bro.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I missed whatever you said. I missed all of it, but.
Oh, no, I just said we're going to make this happen. That's all. Okay. We're going to make it happen because you deserve to be able to punch Dana White. You deserve it. Maybe we shouldn't have told him it was coming, but you deserve it.
He ain't going to pay attention to it, man. He'll be all right.
Oh.
I'm just a nobody right now. I'm going to give you a picture of the tracking number, Pops. It's coming. It's coming.
It's down to one word now. It's just down to one word. Hat.
I mean, listen, that is perfect, right? It is so appropriate for him. Like that is exactly your Pops. Like I can see his face and everything. That was dope.
Yeah.
Hat. That was dope.
And he got a hat on in his picture. But I understand.
He got a hat on his profile. That's funny.
Hey, got to give a shout out to my wife. Tomorrow is her birthday. She a little upset because I left the birthday dinner to come get set up, but I got to make it up. So I'll be doing a birthday dinner again for her, I guess, tomorrow. But they did baked ziti. Her mom did baked ziti, and they made bread pudding, and it was a good birthday dinner for her. And our daughter and her niece got together and did a 4-song performance that didn't end well, but it was going good until the little one, who was not my daughter, decided that she was going to cry if she didn't get the microphone. And in the middle of the Frozen song, Let It Go, which is my daughter's favorite, they took the mic from her and handed it to the little one. And the look on my daughter's face was WTF, exclamation, 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 exclamation. Because she didn't understand why y'all stopped her from singing her favorite song to her mama.
I can see where that may draw some confusion.
Listen, I got it on video. It was hilarious. It was, and I couldn't be mad at her.
That sign should have been the CBM. I'm just saying.
No, 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 couldn't have been me. Couldn't no. Because then I got to explain that to her mama why this is part of the show. No, right now I'm on a winning streak. I'm okay. I'm not gonna let you or anybody else derail me from my winning streak.
Well, listen,
Really, MMA action.
I don't want to let this freeze up anymore because I've missed both. I've missed the majority of what he said this whole time. So, yeah, I want to give a shout to everybody, man. Big win for Jip last night. Justin Deloach, friend of the show, got a first round stoppage last night, man. It's pretty good. Way to get back on the winning track for
Nice.
him. Good to see him back in good spirits. Keep that train going. Augusta, Georgia, representing. Shout out to Fighter Show Nation. Everybody for tapping in with us. Hey, man, checking on your people. Mental health is a real thing. People are out there alone by themselves. Like I say, just call and check in. Let someone know you're thinking about them. It can make a difference. All my entrepreneurs out there, keep your foot on their necks. Don't give up successes. Usually right around the corner somewhere nearby. Shout out to my partner for getting this show started as I was on CPT time, but I will do better. Fighter Show Nation, we appreciate y'all. And we out here. Peace.